理嘅責任，確保西九項目嘅財務咧嘅當中嘅可持續性。隨住多項文化建設逐步落成咧，西九文化區咧已經係成為香港一個文化地標，推動中外文化藝術交流。文化體育及旅遊局咧一直同西九管理局咧係保持一個密切嘅聯繫，除咗支持文化藝術發展之外咧，亦都關心佢嘅財務情況同埋佢所面對嘅挑戰。政府喺2016年咧曾經批准咗一個加強財務安排，容許西九管理局透過以建造、營運同埋移交嘅模式咧，簡稱 BOT 嘅模式咧，係發展西九文化區裏邊嘅酒店、辦公室同埋住宅項目。期望呢啲商業發展嘅項目咧，可以為西九管理局咧提供額外嘅經常性嘅收入咧，去維持佢財務嘅可持續性。但係招標嘅結果咧並不理想，顯示咗市場對 BOT 模式發展咧反應咧並不如我哋嘅預期。西九文化區裏邊高質量嘅文化藝術設施咧係需要相當資源咧去應付佢嘅營運開支。但係佢哋同區裏邊一啲商業發展項目嘅推展時間咧係長期不相配，加上咧3年疫情嘅緣故咧，西九管理局喺財政問題上邊咧，的確係而家面對緊一啲嘅挑戰。西九管理局咧近年已經採取好積極嘅措施咧，致力去控制成本，同時亦都透過包括入場費啦、節目收入啦、出租場地啦、商業空間、籌集資助同埋捐款手段咧，去積極開源。文化體育及旅遊局咧，亦都一直密切留意西九文化區嘅財政情況，亦都同西九管理局咧緊密合作，尋求不同可行嘅方法咧，去解決呢啲財務嘅挑戰。西九管理局為解決短期嘅資金短缺情況咧，喺舊年咧係提出咗放寬喺2016年批准嘅加強財務安排，亦都尋求政府嘅支持。行政長官會同行政會議經過審議之後咧，係允許西九管理局咧係出售西九文化區裏邊第2區嘅住宅發展項目，取消住宅發展項目咧只可以採用 BOT 發展模式嘅限制。現有嘅西九文化區發展圖則已准許嘅17,280平方米嘅住宅總樓面面積咧係會維持不變。西九管理局咧以自負盈虧嘅方式營運西九文化區項目嘅承諾不變。政府咧喺批准財政方案嘅同時咧，會施加一啲嘅條件，主要包括每3年嘅營運赤字上嘅上限啦，同埋員工成本佔總營運開支嘅比例上限。以及第二咧，就新發展項目而言咧，西九管理局咧係需向政府證明，亦都令政府信納成本預算咧係合理咧，先可以推行。以及第三咧，就每項住宅發展項目嘅招標時間表、底價嘅釐定機制同埋批出標書嘅建議等咧，係要徵詢發展局嘅意見。預計嘅方案咧，可以俾西九管理局咧有足夠嘅資金咧營運咧大約10年。與此同時咧，西九管理局會利用呢個寶貴嘅時間咧，充分利用佢累積嘅經驗、專長同埋資產，制定同埋實施創造收入同埋商業化措施，同時咧嚴控經營成本，落實西九管理局以自負盈虧嘅方式營運西九文化區項目嘅承諾。呢次放寬加強財務安排咧，可以為西九文化區嘅營運咧提供經濟嘅條件，解決目前面對嘅資金流嘅問題。文體旅局咧會繼續同西九管理局保持緊密聯繫啦，監察西九文化區嘅計劃嘅推展，要求同埋支持西九管理局咧實現更長期嘅財務可持續性，同埋發揮西九文化區支援香港文化藝術同埋創意業界嘅產業化發展嘅重要作用。西九管理局咧必須用好政府給予嘅土地資源，確保財務嘅可持續性，最終咧係達至自負盈虧。呢個亦都係西九文化區經營模式嘅初心。喺我將以下嘅時間俾西九管理局主席唐英年先生之前咧，我或者先用英文咧作簡單嘅發言。I will now deliver a brief introduction in English. The Chief Executive in Council yesterday agreed to relax the enhanced financial arrangement for the West Kowloon Cultural District approved back in 2016 with a view to helping the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority to tide over the financial challenges in the short and medium term. The authority is a statutory body established in 2008. With a one-off upfront endowment of $21.6 billion, the authority develops and operates the West Kowloon Cultural District on a financially self-sustaining basis. With the completion of major cultural facilities in recent years, the West Kowloon Cultural District has become a cultural landmark in Hong Kong. The Cultural Sports and Tourism Bureau has all along maintained close liaison with the authority, not only providing support for the development of arts and culture, but also closely liaising with the authority on its financial situation and challenges. The EFA was approved in 2016 for allowing the authority to take forward hotel, office, residential development in the district under the Build, Operate, Transfer model, also known as BOT model, enabling the authority to maintain financial sustainability with an additional stream of recurring income from the hotel, office, residential development. Nevertheless, market response to the BOT model was more lukewarm than expected. The authority is now facing financial challenges as a result of the significant resources required to operate the arts and cultural facilities in the district, the mismatch with the revenue-generating commercial development, and the pandemic in 2020 to 2022. The Chief Executive in Council approved the sales of residential developments within Zone 2 of the district by lifting the BOT-only restriction for the residential developments. The maximum total residential gross floor area of 170,000 and 280 square meters permitted under the West Kowloon Cultural District Development Plan remains unchanged. The commitment of the authority to operate the West Kowloon Cultural District project on a self-financing basis also remains unchanged. In agreeing to the authority's proposal, the government will impose the following conditions. A triennium cap on operating deficits and a cap on the percentage of staff costs to the total annual operating expenditure. B, the requirement to demonstrate to the satisfaction of the government the reasonableness of the cost estimate of any new capital project before commitment. And C, the requirement to consult the Development Bureau on tender schedules, setting the reserve price of the residential components of such tender and the tender award recommendations. With the relaxation, the authority will have sufficient funding to sustain 10 years operation. During this period, the authority will leverage its experience, expertise, and assets accumulated over time to develop and implement revenue-generating and commercialization measures. At the same time, the authority will exercise strict control over operating costs, fulfilling its commitment to operate the West Kowloon Cultural District project on a self-financing basis. May I now invite Mr. Henry Tang, Chairman of the Board, to say a few words.
唔該晒 Kevin。各位傳媒嘅朋友，大家好。首先呢，我哋係要衷心感謝行政長官會同行政會議喺今日同意咗通過咗放寬西九文化區加強財務安排，為我哋西九未來嘅營運呢係提供咗經濟條件，亦都喺唔需要增加庫房嘅負擔之下，亦即係市民嘅負擔之下呢，我哋能夠解決西九一個資金鏈嘅問題嘅。咁就我哋而家現時呢，整個西九文化區管理局所有同仁，加埋我哋香港特別行政區CSTB 嗰啲同事，大家呢都係不忘初心，上下一致，團結一心，為打造一個文化創意產業中心，就西九作為一個文化產業文化創意產業中心咧，呢個項目呢係繼續努力。我哋亦都係完全配合 喺第14嘅規劃裏邊，俾予香港一個中外文化藝術交流中心呢個最終目標，呢個目標咧去進發。咁我哋而家現時咧就呢個目標咧，其實已經係行出咗唔少噶啦。嗱，我舉一啲例子啦，好似譬如我哋喺我哋一啲文化項目裏邊，我哋自從2019年開戲曲中心，開呢個自由空間，到21年開 M+，到22年開故宮以嚟咧 ，M+ 已經有超過640萬嘅人次，當中咧有2年仲係疫情期間嘅，咁所以我哋可以見到，無論係港人及外地嘅訪客咧，對 M+ 咧都係非常之熱誠，而我哋現時咧有大約70%嘅訪客都係外地嘅訪客，30%咧係本地嘅，當中咧係以18至到45歲嘅訪客係佔大多數。咁所以咧，我哋可以見到當代藝術咧，對於某一個年齡群咧係特別有吸引力，亦都咧能夠對中外文化交流咧係打造一個重要嘅一環嘅。故宮咧，我哋喺只係2022年到至今係2年時間，有超過250萬人次。咁我相信咧，大家去過觀賞過我哋有好多出色嘅展覽，進堂嘅書畫啦，我哋三星堆啦，又或者masterpieces 啦，大家都知道咧，大家都好了解到，我哋係深受港人同埋遊客嘅歡迎。我哋亦都開放俾好多學校，每日我哋都見到咧好多中學生、小學生係由學校組織咁樣，佢哋去故宮嚟更加體貼、親自咁樣咧去學習我哋中華文化源遠流長嘅偉大嘅。咁我哋再加上表演項目，喺表演項目方面咧，我哋能夠成功咧，對於譬如咧，我哋一啲大狀王啦，我哋好多種不同嘅戲劇咧，俾香港人係帶嚟好多歡樂，亦都有一啲好出色嘅，譬如我哋有個戲曲嘅大狀王喺香港演出過2輪，每一輪咧都係非常之受歡迎，亦都一票難求。我哋出年將會去上海演出啦。咁我相信咧，你哋好多人都可能睇過《繁花》，就睇上海話版嘅；喺香港，你哋睇上海話版。我哋大狀王咧，將會喺上海咧就演出咧，係用翻我哋粵語版嘅。咁所以咧，上海人就睇到我哋原汁原味嘅廣東話版嘅《草間彌生》喺香港展出咗之後，大受歡迎。但係跟住佢哋咧，舊年咧，我哋去咗西班牙 Guggenheim Museum， 亦都係大受歡迎。其實比香港更受歡迎。再加上佢哋學校去博物館嘅文化係更加多。今年同一個展覽就將會已經喺葡萄牙去展出。咁所以咧，呢3樣嘢同埋而家現時 IMP 啦喺度展出嘅時候咧，係而家人頭湧湧。呢個係一個非常之出色嘅設計建築師，佢有好多世界上嘅建築物，包括香港嘅中銀大廈，咁或者係法國巴黎羅浮宮嗰個金字塔嘅入口，大家都非常之注目嘅。咁呢一啲咧，都係佢一生人唯一嘅一次做一個全面嘅回顧展。我哋亦都準備咧喺香港展出之後，將會走去上海，然後一樣係走去國外。我剛才講嗰3個例子，全部都係我哋嘅知識產權嚟嘅，所以呢啲知識產權咧，亦都能夠成為西九文化局嘅收入來源。我哋會咧進一步咧去加強呢一方面知識產權嘅收入，同埋咧更加新、更加有影響力嗰啲文化創意產業嘅項目喺香港、內地同埋國際上可以展出嘅。我哋今年3月份舉辦咗一個ICS， 即係 International Cultural Summit， 即係國際文化高峰論壇，有超過2000個代表，包括世界一流嘅博物館，例如 Pompidou 啦、Victoria Albert 啦、Tate 啦、Prado 啦，全部都同我哋簽咗合作協議。呢一個咧，我哋有成超過6000人參與，亦都咧我哋係好多係直播嘅，喺度播出嘅時候咧，有42萬人係觀賞過嘅。咁我哋再講一講咧，剛才局長咧對於個放寬安排已經係講咗好多細節，我就唔再講當中啲細節啦。亦都之後咧會有 briefing 講啲數字，喺 Electrical 個 brief 裏邊咧，你哋亦都睇到好多數字。咁所以咧，你哋可以慢慢去消化下嗰啲數字嘅。咁當然我哋要講一講點解8年前我哋放寬過一次，而家又嚟放寬咧？即係上一輪放寬咗，點解需要進一步放寬？冇一勞永逸。我而家講一講咧，其實好多原因。剛才局長咧都有大致上講過。首先咧，2016年嗰啲數字咧，我哋係冇任何實踐經驗嘅，因為咧嗰時冇一個項目開，全部都係紙上談兵嘅啫。跟住咧，因為我哋到2018年先至開藝術公園，藝術公園係免費，但係有好多營運費，因為咧我哋咁多草地，佢哋咧亦都會不停打風，會得打冧我哋啲樹，咁所以咧有好多營運嘅管理嘅費用。二來咧，跟住咧，我哋咧當時咧借咗嗰幅地，就話嚟起我哋賺錢嗰啲項目嗰啲地咧，借咗俾高鐵去起佢哋個高鐵站。高鐵站一個非常之巨大嘅地庫，佢哋需要一個卸泥區，佢哋就借咗我哋嗰幅地咧，我嚟做卸泥區。我仲在任嘅時候咧，即係到2011年之前咧，佢哋已經嚟問我借，佢哋就話斬釘截鐵喺某年某月某日，佢一定交還到俾我，因為我哋要用嗰幅地起我哋個地庫，而再喺上蓋嗰度起我哋可以賺錢嗰啲物業嘅。佢話斬釘截鐵一定冇問題，結果咧好明顯係錯啦。佢哋係遲咗7年嘅，咁所以嗰7年裏邊咧，我哋嗰啲文化藝術項目咧陸續上馬，陸續營運，但係咧我哋嗰啲賺錢嗰啲咧一個都冇起過，咁所以咧就形成咗而家現時呢個資金鏈斷裂啦。咁當然亦都有剛才局長所講到嘅咧，就係有暴動嘅一段時間咧，當然影響我哋營運啦。再加上咧新冠嗰3年咧係一個重大打擊。咁我相信咧咁多年之後，個市場起咗一個根本性嘅轉變。今時今日香港其實係全球所有嘅零售全部都面臨一個網購電商重大嘅衝擊。個咧，所有人嘅經營環境非常之困難。咁當然，我哋而家呢個模式咧 ，BOT 咧，亦都係不合時宜。我哋試過幾次流標嘅，就因為 BOT。所以而家現時咧，可以放寬個安排，令到我哋一啲住宅個17萬米嘅住宅地係可以賣業權咧，即係按照我哋都係會參照地下鐵路嗰個模式去賣業權咧。咁樣變咗咧，嗰幅地個接受度咧係會更大咯。咁但係同埋咧更加重要嘅咧，就係咧我講過多次咧，今時今日咧香港庫房咧亦都係比較係緊張。我知道咧陳茂波呢一份工咧唔容易打嘅，咁所以咧我唔想咧去加重財政司司長嘅負擔。同時咧，亦都唔想加重我去嗰度攞錢，其實就攞咗市民嘅錢。即係我會同其他我哋有需要嘅資源咧去爭資源嘅。我亦都講過多次，我盡量會咧運用好我哋而家現有嘅資源，唔去加重政府負擔。咁呢個放寬安排咧，係能夠令到我哋能夠做得到嘅。咁我哋亦都同意咗政府咧係一套 KPI 啦，有一套營運嘅 cap 啦，同埋再點樣去增加收入來源。咁呢啲都係一個政府同我哋係非常務實積極嘅態度去磋商出嚟。我哋大家都認為呢一啲係可以達到，我哋可以做得到，亦都唔會對我哋達到中外文化藝術交流中心 去造成直接嘅打擊嘅。所以我哋係再次感謝政府咧，今次咧經過我哋大家雙方務實嘅溝通咧，我哋係能夠可以做得到呢一個中華文化藝術交流中心呢一個職責，去打造西九成為一個文化藝術嘅產業中心。咁再加上咧，而家現時咧，我哋有咁多文化項目可以走出去，呢個能夠加強我哋中華文化對我哋自己嘅文化嘅信心。我哋認為咧，我哋呢個文化信心咧係有一定嘅底氣，因為我哋到底有5000年嘅文化。我相信咧，我哋5000年嘅文化咧，可以走遍全球，宣揚我哋中華文化嘅文化自信、文化底氣嘅力量嘅。多謝大家。我同局長會得好，歡迎大家提問。
係咁唔該晒主席同埋局長。以下咧就係提問時間。咁每一位咧就希望你講你嘅機構啦，同埋限2條題目啦，同埋集中喺呢個放寬安排嗰度嘅。呢一位女士前面。
Good afternoon. So some English questions from RTHK. Firstly, for the Secretary, to what extent would the residential sale proposal help to ease the financial crisis at the West Kowloon Cultural District? And what steps will the government take to ensure the hub's financial stability and independence? And for Mr. Tang, does the authority still plan to reduce the number of opening days or raise ticket prices with the new funding option? And also, what KPIs and control mechanisms are you looking for? Thank you.
Sorry, what opening dates are you referring to?
Because you earlier mentioned that the hub would consider to reduce the number of opening days of the museums if the funding proposal is not allowed. So would you still consider to do that? And also, what kind of KPIs are you looking at the moment? Thank you.
Let me handle the question first. I would never say it's a financial crisis. I would say we are facing some financial challenges in the operation of the West Kowloon Cultural District. And as I explained in my opening remarks, with the relaxation, the West Kowloon Cultural District, the residential development now in the West Kowloon Cultural District could be disposed on a sales mode instead of the BOT. In 2016, when we decided that under the enhanced financial arrangement, it was decided that there are the 170-odd thousand square meters residential development has already been given to the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority to generate an additional stream of income. But in the past few years, with very great effort of the authority, the BOT tender did not seem to meet with the appetites of the contractors or developers in Hong Kong. And so the current proposal is still making use of the 170,000 square meter residential property, but in a different way. Instead of having a constant stream of income in the many years in future, we are now cashing in for a lump sum upfront, which could help release the financial challenges or the requirement at present, which I think will be able to sufficient, as I said in the opening remark, sufficient to sustain the authority's operation for at least 10 years. Which I think that will provide ample time for us to, as the chairman has said, for them to develop further on the various commercialization as well as industrialization of the art and cultural activities that the authorities has been doing in the past 2 or 3 years, which we have confidence that the authority will be able to come up with more proposals in the coming years.
When I said if the government does not approve our plan, then we will have to think of more drastic measures in order to control our costs, including but not exclusive to closing certain number of dates in our museums. And that was a worst case scenario. So therefore, considering that the government has a very tiny, and we have both agreed to the certain KPIs that we adhere to, we won't have to take any of those drastic measures. We will be able to continue to operate, but we will continue to operate as we have always done under a discipline that we only spend what we need to spend, and we will control our costs diligently and very seriously. At the same time, we will continue to look for ways to increase our revenue, such as we will review some of the cost recovery measures that we are now charging, such as our charging scheme. And secondly, we will also think of new ways to make money. For example, in M+, there are a whole bunch of ways to make money. Let's say the screen in the front, we will consider whether we want to rent it out for rental income, for arts and culture related material. And at the same time, right now I can go to a major museum in London or in New York and rent a gallery for an event. But in Hong Kong, I can't do that. So there are ways that I can make more revenue without disrupting the operations of the museums. And I will look for ways to do that.
下一條題目，嗰面深色衫嗰位男士。
你好，新城電台。首先想問翻，其實呢一個係咪一個可持續嘅方案呢？政府同埋西九有幾大信心10年之後，西九真係能夠自負盈虧，唔需要再尋求政府喺資金上面嘅支持。第二就係預計出售住宅項目嘅收益可以營運10年啦。咁即係大概嗰個收益預計個數字會係幾多呢？同埋最快幾時會有項目開始出售呢？唔該。
或者我答你第一個問題啦，因為而家我哋主要都係根據即係西九嗰個營運模式啦。正如正話主席都有講，有一啲設施咧，其實都係呢2年我哋開始運作。我哋對而家成個西九個運作個模式同埋佢嘅成本咧，係比幾年前咧我哋更加有一個深入嘅了解。我哋而家當然喺個估算裏邊根據我哋現行嘅模式，我哋估佢大約可以做到10年。但係正如正話，我哋即係政府又好，或者主席講又好，我哋嚟緊都會有好多措施去加強佢即係譬如喺收入方面嘅來源啦。我哋繼續會嚴控即係佢嗰個支出啦、個成本、個營運嘅方式啦等等咧。我哋其實係嚟緊幾年咧，會係一個時間咧，我哋再會就住佢嘅運作咧，再有一啲新嘅措施。咁當然我哋一路都會睇住佢成個營運嘅，因為西九文化區固然我哋覺得佢係要用一個自負盈虧嘅模式去營運，但係亦都不能忘記咧，佢喺將香港推動發展成為一個中外文化藝術交流中心裏邊一個重要嘅責任。亦都係成為我哋而家一個文化藝術嘅一個重要嘅地標，亦都係吸引旅客嚟嘅地方。咁所以喺種種條件因素考慮之下咧，我哋會有信心喺嚟緊幾年咧係有足夠空間，讓我哋去思考同埋發展一套咧係讓佢可以長遠去營運嘅一個模式。當然喺個別嘅時候，如果再有任何需要，政府樂意咧係去考慮任何即係西九提出嚟嘅建議。
至於你剛才問嗰條問題，我哋幾時可以開始作呢個出售業權呢？呢個當然係冇咁快啦，因為而家現時咧係高鐵啱啱還咗幅地俾我冇幾耐，我哋而家啱啱平整完之後咧，開始建嗰個第二區嘅地庫，要建好咗個地庫咧，基本上要建到個地庫，建咗個地庫之後，我哋先至可以去招標去做嗰個上蓋，有個中標者咧就可以去發展佢嘅上蓋嘅物業。我哋係基本上係參照地鐵個模式嘅。咁正如剛才局長都有講過啦。咁幾時去招標咧，都係同政府要有一個磋商。發展局咧係會得俾我哋意見，我哋亦都會得積極尋求發展局嘅意見，關於個時間啦、個量啦，同埋咧個底價嘅。 咁不過我相信你哋對香港工程咧有一定了解啦。要個地庫嘅話咧，我諗咧你講緊假地都成2年，我估即係2年後先至去開始講呢啲幾時賣地嘅。咁所以就我相信呢個係有一段時間。我亦都希望香港整體經濟環境喺呢2年後咧會得有所改善。如果唔係嘅話咧，我相信咧我哋都會得面臨幾大嘅困難嘅。
最後一條題目，嗰邊白色衫戴眼鏡嘅位。
你好靈日㗎，咁就想主要都係圍繞問翻唐生，就第一個問題啦，就頭先提到話其實有一個即係港鐵嗰邊就拖咗7年啦，咁再加上社運同埋另外就係即係疫情之下，咁種種因素加埋影響，就搞到即係啲賺錢嘅項目就冇辦法即係如期咁樣起啦。咁係咪代表其實即係西九管理局一方就喺呢件事上面就個責任就冇咁大咧？咁第二樣嘢就係想知道，就頭先提到話其實要等埋起碼地庫，咁2年之後先會考慮去賣地啦，或者有一個進一步嘅細節公佈啦。咁但係其實即係今年3月咁，風情淑儀就有提到話，其實下年年中就會即係耗盡咗個資金。咁呢段時間其實嗰個資金流又點樣解決咧？咁最後一樣嘢就係想知，其實即係西九會唔會再考慮可能喺一啲設施上面加價去彌補翻而家嗰個財政問題咁樣？唔該。
首先咧，我哋正如我哋所講咧，就係喺整個營運安排嗰度，我哋而家現時係一個資金鏈嘅斷裂。咁所以咧，有咗政府清晰嘅決定之後，我哋喺融資嗰方面咧，我哋係能夠透過融資去解決一個短期呢個資金鏈斷裂嘅問題嘅。就第二方面咧，喺剛才你所講到係會關於收費嗰方面咧，我開場白嗰度我有講過，我哋係會全面考慮所有收費嘅模式，因為而家現時咧，我哋有好多場地可以出租嘅。咁如果我哋現時嘅場地出租啊咁樣各方面咧，我哋咧發覺咧，出租場地咧，我哋嘅收入咧係一個比較重要嘅一個收入。當然仲有門票啊其他嘢啦。不過嗰個收入裏邊咧，我哋發覺而家現時咧幾個博物館，我哋而家香港故宮博物館咧，我哋話吳館長咧已經係全球最叻嗰個館長嚟㗎啦，因為佢嘅成本回收咧係達到67%。67%嘅成本回收咧，呢個係全球最高嘅標準。全球第2高嗰個咧就係 MoMA New York， 即係紐約嗰個當代博物館，佢嘅成本回收係55%。由其他嗰啲咧，譬如 Tate 啊，或者係 Met 啊，全部都係30%幾左右嘅啫。Pompidou 嗰啲都係咁上下嘅。咁所以我哋能夠去到67%咧，我成日都讚吳館長咧，佢一定係全球最叻嗰個館長㗎啦。但係我哋嘅 M+ 咧一樣可以達到42%嘅，亦即係同阿 Tate 啊嗰啲嘢咧基本上係看齊。咁當然 M+ 大好多，咁變咗佢要揾錢咧，個壓力亦都大好多。所以點解咧？我正話提一啲我哋可以新嘅收入來源，就講到 M+ 嗰啲咧，就因為 M+ 佢嘅場地更大，差唔多係故宮嘅1倍，所以咧佢嘅收入係咪可以更加有創意啊？更加有多元化一啲啊！我哋係會積極考慮各方面嘅。其中一個喺即係成本回收嗰度，我哋亦都會得喺我哋一啲表演場地啦，亦都會得喺我哋門票嗰度咧，係去檢視有邊方面係可以提升嘅。
局長補充係咪？
我補充2句，因為正話咧，我聽大家問咧，似乎都係集中於即係西九而家啲設施將來點樣營運個成本同埋嗰個收入。其實大家正話其實如果留意主席講咧，其實而家有好多IP 嘅產品，其實西九係一路發展。我哋而家亦都開始，即係政府亦都開始同西九管理局大家説傾緊，喺嗰個文化藝術產業化嗰度咧，係嚟緊會利用即係西九已經攞到嗰個喺社會嘅認受性，喺國際上面嘅認受性，加上佢而家有喺成個西九文化區裏邊嘅各項設施同埋土地咧，係會充分發揮嗰個產業化嗰個職能。 我相信從呢啲新嘅建議裏邊咧，其實會係另外一個帶動到俾西九咧係更加多一啲收入嘅。咁呢個對即係成個佢個發展未來嘅發展咧，其實係一個重要嘅一環，亦都係點解我哋話雖然而家嘅建議我哋係話夠佢10年，以目前嘅模式去營運，但我哋相信喺嚟緊幾年裏邊咧，我哋係會見到越嚟越多其他新嘅建議咧，可以睇到成個營運一啲新嘅方向嚇。
係，記者會結束。
我哋個目標咧，仍然係打造一個最有活力嘅文化藝術創意產業中心嘅。咁我哋打造呢個中心嘅時候咧，我哋會得同政府討論一啲可能更加新穎、更加有創意，點樣可以能夠更加加強我哋中外文化藝術交流中心呢個角色咧。咁我自己好相信咧，西九文化區我哋一個多元嘅文化藝術中心，係有古今中外4個元素嘅嘢全部都有嘅時候，做呢一樣嘢咧，我哋咧係有條件去做。我哋亦都會得充分同政府咧，大家共同努力，朝住呢個目標，我哋一定要為國家、為